If you read Hindu mythology, it's written that a Devta came, grabbed the sun. It's written, grabbed the sun like this and swallowed it. Swallowed the sun. And his mom said, stop, spit it out right now. Like how moms do when a kid puts something in his mouth. Puts a candy in his mouth, spit it. She said that, and then he spit it out. Stories like this are written everywhere. And us people, we say, why should we stay behind? Then we write stories about sweets magically appearing on trees. We say, why should our Guru be any less? Our Guruji did this too, and that too. These type of stories we start believing, maybe thinking that our Guru will become bigger. Our Guruji might become bigger with these stories, but realize, stories like this don't make our Guru bigger, pyare. Oh, this is a big misconception of our minds. Our Guru Sahib does do real miracles, but inside the miracle takes place. Gurbani's true knowledge is the miracle. Listen very carefully. Sitting on a burning hot stove and the stove turning cold, that's a miracle. When Maharaj sat on the stove, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, tavi thandi thar hogi. That's the miracle. The real miracle is when they sat on the hot stove, Guru Arjan Dev Ji didn't boil, they stayed cool inside. Tati tavi te beh ke thande rehna, ek karamat hai. Sleeping on thorns in a cold jungle and still keeping themselves cool and steady, ek karamat hai. Sitting in a cauldron of boiling oil and still staying cool, ek karamat hai. The courage to even try and fight against sawa lakh tur pehna, ek karamat hai. Using magic powers, that's a magician's job. Fake. Guruji showed us by living it. You know how you guys always say here that America has such a great system? Listen very carefully. Maybe you can tell this to these Gore sometime. When Guruji made the town of Kartarpur, these countries weren't even close to that system. In 1594, they had the system that you have here in America today. Equal rights, clean water for everyone, availability of fresh food in stores for everybody, equal education, help and senior homes for all senior citizens. Everyone helped each other. Free homeless shelters, free langar. Guru Sahib gave us this concept. Didn't just tell us. A small city. People ask Guru Nanak, Maharaj, could there ever be a world like this? Bharat vich? In India, could there ever be a world like this? In those times, 500 years from today, when India was run by monarchs, dictatorship, one person called the shots. Whoever was hating on the government got hung immediately. At a time when this was the state in India, in that India, Guru Nanak Dev Ji made a small little city that replicated your American system and proved that this is possible to have. It is possible. Women had rights. You had to give them respect, equality. Eat equally, drink one water, clean, langar, homeless shelters, everything that you see in the first world countries today. The small city of Kartarpur was that and much more. That's how the world should look. Equality. Equal rights. Please listen closely. When Guru Angad Dev Ji becomes Guru, the town gets unsettled. Guruji leaves and establishes Khadur Sahib and says it's still possible. It's still possible. Guru Amar Das Ji then creates Govindwal Sahib. Made it practical. We just talk about it. But they showed it. Small little heaven. small little Khalistan. You can see they made the model for everyone. Then Guru Ramdas Ji showed us by making Amritsar. Guru Arjan Dev Ji founded Taran Sahib. Just like this, Guru Gobind Singh Ji showed us again by creating Anandpur Sahib. Make this the blueprint because this can actually happen. Equality, one water, everything for all. Everything that was available in those times. Equal rights. Caste system eliminated. Now here in our neighborhood, which Majbi Sikh lives here, which Ramdasiya Sikh lives here, which Ramgadiya lives here, which Jat comes, which Labana comes. Do we ever even ask this question? In these countries, but it is happening in Punjab. The poorer castes, they live on one side and Jats live on the other side. Isn't it true? It's not here. But in Khadur Sahib, they didn't have it either. Neither did they in Kartarpur. Same with Anandpur Sahib. No one ever asked about castes. Now you tell me, is this not a miracle? While living in India in that time, 1500s, you think it's child's play? When it's a dictatorship, when one man controls everything, establishing a city like this, you think it was easy? Like America is today, all needs being met. They used to say, everyone give the swand. What is the swand? It was tax. Like how you pay taxes, earn an honest living, and give a tenth to the swand. And the swand has got to mean tax in English. Because I think that these guys actually copied the concept of the swand and made the tax system. It's gotta be that. Paying taxes is the swand, 10%. And where should it go to? To a shared project. Look, with the swand this building was made. Somebody may have put in $100,000. Someone might have put in $1. But they're sitting here equally. In this country, someone might be paying $1 million tax in a year. $1 million. Someone is paying $100,000. And someone is paying $1,000 in a year. But they all use the roads equally, isn't that right? The roads were built for them all. The services are equal for everyone. And the same thing the Gurus established. Goindwal Sahib was like this. Amritsar was like this. Anandpur Sahib was like this. If that's not a miracle, then what is? In those times, when Guruji made the real life blueprint to the world, then they said, seat him on the burning stove. They're going to put this in everyone's head. Then everyone's going to become aware and demand equality. No matter what, we will not let them grow any further. Not gonna let it. And it's the truth. If that way of life had ended up being instated, we wouldn't have had to come here to America. They would have been coming to us. If all the towns could have became like that one town. This is the miracle of our Guru Sahib. Tell this. But it's very unfortunate that we like to believe those fairy tale stories where there's a magic light that came out of his hands, people were flying. We believe these type of stories. We want Guru Sahib to look like that? And make sure you write this down. Those of you that actually believe in these types of dumb stories, you'll never be able to sit down with a Westerner and talk about spirituality. He'll say, what nonsense are you speaking? What mumbo jumbo? You people are making things up. You guys are just like the rest. What are you talking about? Doesn't even make sense. But what if you told him about this rich history and told him about the lessons of Gurbani properly? How in Gurbani Guru Sahib talks against the caste system and what Guru Sahib says about women's rights. If we shared this, it would have been a different story.